Yo, it's Kian and Yaz with Avneesha. Good morning, everyone. CADA. And we're welcoming via Zoom all the way in the States, the incredible, the one, the only Logic, man. Welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Hello, guys. Thank you for such an awesome introduction.
First and foremost, you have so many connections with Australia. Not just the fact that we all love your music down here. I think you may have been here before as well. We'll get to that in a sec. But your therapist is Australian. Is that right?
She is. She's always there for me when I'm feeling down under.
Hey,
Oh!
hey, nice.
You've been holding that one in, Logic.
I don't know if I trust an Aussie therapist because, like, us Aussies, we're really like easygoing, right? So we're just like, we have this saying called "she'll be right."
Yeah, she'll be right.
Yeah.
She'll be right. If anything goes wrong in life, we're like, "she'll be right." Have you heard that before?
No.
Oh, that's probably a good thing. I'm glad she's not actually saying that to you. You'll be right.
That's all she'd be saying. You know what, Logic? She'll be right. Don't worry, cuz. You're all right. Mate, you've got this new album out now, College Park. What an album.
Yeah.
Mate, I've listened to the thing from start to finish.
Yeah.
The interludes, everything about it. It just brought so much value to the music game right now because there's no one doing albums like that. The last person I heard doing an album like that was Ludacris back in the day. So what is it? What made you want to, have the interludes, create the storyline, really bring it all the way through to the end? Because
Keeping it authentic, I think, is the way to describe it.
I feel like, for me, I just love great music, you know what I mean? And I really love hip hop, like that real hip hop. But I also like to make pop music. I like to make trap songs. I like to have fun at the same time. But when I make an album, I really want it to be an experience, you know what I mean? I love cinema. I like taking aspects of that, doing sound design, making you feel like you could just throw your headphones on. It's like you're sitting in that car,
Yeah.
Me and my friends on the album, as we're headed towards this open mic show. So, I really care. I genuinely care. And I'm out here making albums and music for my fans, and honestly for myself first and foremost, very selfishly. I make what I want, when I want, how I want it, and I'm just blessed enough to know that I have fans out there that also enjoy it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Can I ask you real quick, the open mic event that's recorded in the album, was that an actual thing that happened 10 years ago? Because it did feel like it was a recorded event from a while back.
I really love that you said that because no, it's
You fooled me, brother. You fooled us all.
You did. I love seeing a body of work that is so detailed and thought out. I feel like we don't get that as much anymore, like Kian said earlier. But you have crazy features on this track. But there's one in particular that I have to talk about, which is Seth McFarlane. I'm a huge fan of him and his voiceover work. How did that link up happen?
Yeah, man. So I had shouted out Seth, I guess a couple years ago, and he heard that, but I didn't know he did. And then I did a song called The Orville, which is one of his recent shows that he's been working on, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. And I don't know how he heard it, but he did.
Yeah.
And he hit me up, and he followed me, and then he DM'd me, and the next thing I know, we're having dinner. And I'm the type of person that when I work with people, like it's always from a special place. Like I don't like to use people. There's a lot of artists, a lot of people, they like to use people. And guess what?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Some people use, some people get used. It's all this like thing, whatever. I don't care. Like that's not what I'm about. I like to create friendships, genuine connections with people. So we just kind of, we were just talking shop, hanging, talking about Sinatra, sipping scotch, martinis.
That's so cool.
And then that's what it was. And then I didn't use that opportunity to be like, oh, let's work on a song. I didn't even really think about it like that. And then later I just said, hey, man, wouldn't it be kind of cool to do something? Are you open to that? And he was like, hell yeah, man, send it over.
Yeah, the first thing he said was, at the end of the day.
Wow.
I didn't even know Seth McFarlane sang, to be honest. But I had no idea. But when you do some research, you realize that he's actually released.
He's incredible.
Tracks. Yeah.
You've done 10 years of, or at least signed with massive labels like, of course, Def Jam. Now you're doing this whole independent route. And that's again relating to the rawness of hip hop, doing it from scratch, doing it as a solo act across the business side of it as well. What drove the independence?
I just feel like, once I was out of my deal, I weighed my options and, BMG, my distributor, my label, the independent label, like they came to me with an incredible opportunity. Like I can't even call it a deal. They came to me with an opportunity with, wanted to be a partner, wanted to make something really special together. And they trust me and I trust them. And that's why, I kind of wanted to stay independent because, I'd never done it. I mean, I was independent, obviously, before I signed a major deal. So it almost feels like that, except I'm not a kid in the basement. I'm a grown ass man who's confident in himself and in his work. So, it's kind of really cool. I feel like I've built this empire, this legion, the Rat Pack, my fans, like I love them with all my heart and they're there for me and they ride for me. And with that being said, like that's why I'm independent because I can. And I'm blessed enough to be able to, have continued success independently. So
that's right, and that's incredibly inspiring. Another thing as well, you're connected with Wu-Tang. A couple of the guys from Wu-Tang are actually on the album as well, RZA. They're coming to Australia. We're actually doing a Presents tour with them here in Australia. Please tell me you're coming with them.
Yes.
Is it a secret that you're coming? Oh, you will. Okay. I thought maybe we can talk to his therapist and try and see.
Yeah, we're trying to get the link up happening.
No, not happening. Fair enough.
On that Wu-Tang thing, have you watched the series?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, dude,
They're obsessed.
You need to watch it, bro. Like I just watched the last episode and I'm sad. Like I've just lost friends. That's how I feel. Can't hang out with them anymore. But I reckon get onto that ASAP, bro. If you're a fan of Wu-Tang, you'd love it.
So are you acquainted with some of the news that's going on in Australia? Have you heard about the guy that proposed to his missus, but the way he did it was he kidnapped her over in Lebanon, organised a full kidnapping, and then when she arrived at the area with the blindfold on, they pulled it off. He's standing there with his flowers on his knees and drums and everything. I know that you're married. Did you didn't kidnap your missus when you were proposing to her, did you?
This is a real thing.
This is real.
Yeah.
This is full happened. It went viral.
What did she do?
Well, she said yes.
Well, she was crying and she was a bit traumatized.
Wait. She thought it was a real kidnapping?
Yes.
If you've watched the video logic, like this guy, apparently he spent 3 months setting this up, but it was like you're in Lebanon, so it's already like essentially half war torn as it is, and like 3 people with balaclavas jumped out of a car, cut her off in traffic, and dragged her out of the car. Like this would have been a real kidnapping if you didn't know the context of it.
Yeah, I don't know about that shit, man. I told my wife I loved her. I asked her if she'd marry me, and she said yeah.
So you did it the normal way. That's good.
Have you been keeping up with this whole AI generated tracks that have been coming out?
Yeah, I have. I think it's kind of wild to see it, actually. It's crazy.
Are you happy that Drake's taking all the heat and we haven't really heard much Logic ones?
I could give a shit.
Well, speaking on the AI, we've actually producer threw into AI a few facts about you. They wanted to. He's like, what facts can you give us about Logic? And we're gonna confirm and see if ChatGPT is actually telling the truth about you. So we'll read out a few, and you tell us if it's true or false.
And I'm really curious about this. So apparently you have a fear of flying and often travel by tour bus or train instead, which I think is kind of crazy since you're probably traveling all over the world constantly.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
All right, that's an X.
False on that?
I used to have a fear of flying like 10 years ago, and I just, realize that I'm not in control. And when I relinquish that control and say whatever's going to be is going to be, it is what it is, So also, Scotch helps.
Scotch does help. But flying is technically the safest form of travel that there is.
Yeah, people say that, but I don't know. I still have a bit of a fear of flying. I won't lie. And when it's turbulent, I can't get into that mind space.
You get turbulent. Yeah, that's right. How about this one? Logic has a reported IQ of 135. You put you in the top 2% of the population. Is that true or false?
I am a genius. Yeah.
There it is. We'll put true on that.
I don't know my IQ, actually. I've never taken a test.
So how did they get 135?
Wow.
Is ChatGPT just guessing that?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe that's like the miles per hour I can spit raps.
Well, that brings us to this next one about his bars, Yaz. You see that one there? Apparently, you have a photographic memory, and you can remember every bar you have ever written.
Yeah, is that true?
No.
What is going on?
Okay, you know what?
Throw
I'm
this
throwing
away.
this in the bin, bro. There it is.
You know what I was googling the other day, and it's good that you're here, Logic, because I feel like you are one of the fastest rappers that I have heard. Do you know how many syllables you spit per second? Have you done that test or whatever it is?
I actually asked Alexa one time, like the Amazon thing.
Yeah.
Forget what she said, but it was faster than Eminem's Rap God, actually. Which
No
is
way. That is wild.
And
Are you serious?
And you've gone with Eminem on a track before.
Yeah.
Did you try to out rap each other? Like what was the go with that?
Not really. I did the whole thing. I did everything that you hear up until him, and I sent it his way, and he did his thing, and that was that.
And
You know
that's
what I mean?
it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and it's a really cool thing. I think sometimes in hip hop, a lot of people out there, they try to pit people against each other. You know what I mean? Or they try to make it seem like it's this like beyond just friendly competition. Like I gotta kill this dude on the record. Like I don't feel that way. I'd rather just like I don't know, rap about Star Wars and shit. Like,
Yeah. Look, genuine.
I don't got no energy for that. You know?
You see,
That's
Logic, this
good.
is the guy. He's down to earth. He's a real one. He's a real one. He's an artist that breathes positivity, love, and being a real person. Especially even the song 1-800. I mean,
Oh,
that
that
song
I love
in 2017
that song so much.
boosted up awareness. And even the prevention line
Yeah.
had an increase of like 50% of calls because
Crazy
of that.
increase, yeah.
How do you
That's
feel
wild.
knowing that you have that effect
That impact.
in your music?
I feel like I'm just the luckiest guy in the world. I mean, my whole life I wanted a hit record, you know what I mean, for years and years and years, and I didn't get a hit record until I gave up. You know, like I gave up on trying to do that, and I was like, I'm just gonna focus on my fans and what matters most. And then I did that song, and I did that for my fans, and it was the last song I'd ever thought was gonna blow up, especially in pop culture, and
Yeah.
it did. I hit the ground running. I utilized that, and that's when I came with records of my own, bangers of my own, songs with Marshmello, songs with Eminem. Like I utilized that incredible opportunity to further spread a message of peace, love, and positivity. So the fact that it's such a big thing when thinking about Logic, you think about like mental health advocacy
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like that means the world to me. If for whatever reason, I mean, 1-800 was a pretty damn big song, but if that's how I'm remembered for the rest of my life, thank you.
That's a
yeah,
good
what
way
a
to
way
be
to,
remembered.
yeah.
Good way.
I was
That is a
about to
good way.
say.
Well, Logic, you've done some amazing stuff. We're looking forward to the time you do come back to Australia. Have you got anything on the agenda?
Man, I can't come back. I've never been, bro. I gotta
You've never
That's
been?
another thing from the AI that's lied to us as well.
We need to
this
get the
freaking AI.
we need to get the upgrade on the
y'all
AI.
can't be. What is this? Next, you're gonna be asking me questions from TMZ and shit. That shit ain't real,
Well,
man.
that's it. AI, TMZ, kind of the same, isn't it?
Hey, Logic, are you willing to jump on a plane for 15 hours to come down under for a tour for your fans? I'm telling you now, you've got a lot of fans here in Australia.
Yeah, you do.
I know, man. Yeah, am I willing? I'm beyond willing. It's just about. I just got to make the time. I just got to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We got to figure it out, plot it, and plan it. Because I think it could be fun to do like a mini tour plus hit some festivals, things like that. So yeah, we can figure it out with promoters and time. And
Myself and Kian have brought artists out in the past. Maybe we can get this going. What do you reckon?
I'd love to.
I'd love to bring Logic out. for
Kate has
sure.
got
let's
Wu-Tang
get it
coming. Let's get it cranking. Anyway, we just need to get you out here. That's the main
That's
thing.
exactly.
That's the main thing. So the new single, or the newest single, Self-Medication, got Seth McFarlane, Redman. I can't believe Redman's on this track, and Static Skellector as well. Man, you have done some amazing things. This song is such a powerful song as well. We're about to hit play on this. Any last words you want to leave for your fans, for the people of Australia, some new fans? Logic, take it away.
I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Stay positive, and don't forget to love yourself. Don't forget to tell the people around you that you do have that you love them, because you never know when they may be taken away from you. And if you have somebody, you should really make sure that you appreciate them, whether they're your friends, their girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, your this, your that. The most important thing that we have in this world is family, and that's not family that's just bound by blood. So anybody else out there listening, or whatever the case may be, stay positive. Know that you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are special, and don't let nobody tell you different.
What a message. I feel like crying. That was
wanna
amazing.
Nick's just crying right now.
That's
I
nice.
don't want to get off the Zoom now.
No, I know. I feel really good.
Logic, thank you so much for dropping by. It's CADA, Australia's home of hip hop and R&B. Kian and Yaz with Avneesha. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.